Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and if I'm gonna do the best MCU villains, I guess I have to do 5 worst villains in the Marvel MCU films. First, before I get to the list, let's talk about some honorable mentions, people who almost made the cut. Yellow Jacket. As much as I like Corey Stoll as an actor, and he actually does get some nice moments in Ant-Man, I just think overall not the most memorable villain. Sure, it's cool to see him fight Ant-Man in those scenes where they're both shrinking and they're interacting with objects, but they look bigger to them, and like the train scene. But other than that, him himself as a character, really nothing special. And also, Mads Mikkelsen's character from Doctor Strange. I don't even remember his character's name. That's how uninteresting I guess it was. Look, great actor. He did have moments, but just overall, when I think about Doctor Strange and I think about a villain, Dormammu is more in the forefront for me. Let's get into the list though. Number 5 for worst MCU villains, Ultron. And this sucks for me to have to do this. The only reason why Ultron is on this list, and I mean it, the only reason why, is because when you watch those trailers for Age of Ultron, you go, holy crap, Ultron is going to be scary, he's going to be threatening, he's going to be the real deal, he's going to cause some mayhem and destruction, and he does cause some destruction, he does have a plan to wipe out humanity and do what he has to do, but he's very jokey. He tells a lot of jokes. And I remember the first time I saw it in the theater, it caught me off guard, and I was like, whoa, what? What's up with all these jokes? Now, I get it. He's the product of so many different brains, including Bruce Banner, including Jarvis, including Tony Stark. And Tony Stark especially, that's where that personality comes. So to see a villain who has Stark's personality, but then use it against him. In fact, there's even moments when Stark is about to tell a joke and Ultron says, I was about to say that. So yeah, like there's funny moments with it. There is something interesting to it. But I guess I wanted a more serious threat. I wanted a more serious Ultron in a perfect world. Number 4, Whiplash. Whiplash is played by Mickey Rourke, and once again, I think the actor is a fine choice. I think Mickey Rourke does a great job in Iron Man 2, especially the beginning where you see that he has a vendetta against Tony Stark. He becomes obsessed. He creates his own arc reactor to power up those whips that he has, and when his father dies, he uses that to fuel his anger even more so when he goes after Stark on the racetrack, and his whole mindset is, yeah, I might not kill you right here, right now, but I can make you look weak. I can make you bleed and let everyone else out there see that you're not invincible. You're not this great almighty hero. And I love that. I only wish, though, that they did something interesting with him after that point. Because after that, he gets locked up. He gets paired up with Justin Hammer. And then that's really it. Sure, he builds drones. He has a parrot. There's moments, there are some humorous moments there, but at the very end of the movie where he fights Stark and Rhodey, he gets blown up in 2 minutes. If that, maybe shorter, and it sucked. It was such a nice build-up and payoff. Maybe they should have killed him off earlier. Therein, you could have had him be successful in making Stark look weak and then having more villains come out so that the end, it's not them fighting drones, it's them fighting a bunch of various villains that Whiplash inspired to go after him. You could have made him more of a martyr. You could have done something to symbolize him. I don't know. There's so many other things you could have done, and Mickey Rourke, I think, deserved a little better. Number 3, Ronan the Accuser. He was played by Lee Pace. Again, good actor. And the only blemish I could say about Guardians of the Galaxy, in fact, Guardians of the Galaxy is such a good movie that I almost don't even care that Ronan isn't a strong villain. But I guess it's because I was so looking forward to seeing a Kree, somebody that is a Kree, the alien race, as a villain and be threatening. And then the idea of him taking a step against Thanos and saying, I'm going to go after you. It just, when you think about the fact that he lost because of a dance-off, Number 2, Malick. Malick is just, again, Christopher Eccleston, great actor. Are you noticing a pattern here? We cast great actors. We have great actors. We're giving the performance that they can. But Malick especially, there's just nothing to him. He's the leader of Dark Elves. And that's it. Yeah, the makeup looks good. Yeah, he looks somewhat imposing and threatening. And sure, he has a plan to take a war to Asgard, and he destroys some of it. He kills Thor's mom. He does some things, but I think it was mostly Loki overpowering him in the film, dominating the movie with having just more charisma, being more fun to watch. So whenever he showed up on screen, he just came off as boring and not interesting. And you're like, no, I want to watch the guy who's making me laugh, or I'm having fun with, or at least I can see some conflict with him where he's both evil and has redeeming qualities. And then you cut to the other villain and he's just generic, standard, paint by numbers. It is what it is. But my number one, though, my number one worst villain in the Marvel MCU, it's probably obvious at this point since I haven't mentioned him, the Mandarin. Yes, the Mandarin. Iron Man 3 disappointed me for so many reasons. So many reasons, not just because, and I'm not even talking about this being the plot twist. Oh, it was a twist and it surprised you. You didn't see it coming. That's why you hate it. No, it's just, look, I'm not trying to pretend to be somebody who loved the Mandarin from the comics and I'm pissed that they didn't perfectly adapt him from the comics. No, I don't care about that. I don't care about him being a Chinese character that has wizard powers or magic rings, and I don't care about any of that. I liked the version of the Mandarin that they presented to us. The terrorist, Osama bin Laden-like character who had the videos where he was threatening America, where it was Ben Kingsley in that garb, and the one scene where he took that guy and shot him on live TV and scared everyone. It was like, wow, this is dark. Wow, this is topical. Wow, this is daring for Marvel to do. And okay, fine, you're not going to have a big showdown physically between Stark and Mandarin. That's fine. I didn't need that. I just liked that character. But then what? You get to the part of the movie where Ben Kingsley reveals that he's just an actor. And he's not really this terrorist. He's not. He's just an actor who's hired by Guy Pearce, Guy Pearce claims he's the Mandarin. I think that's bullshit. I think that's just him saying it as a symbol. He clearly doesn't resemble anything like the Mandarin in any way, shape, or form. So I'm not buying him as the Mandarin. It's Ben Kingsley, the fake version of the Mandarin. And it's just, it annoyed me. It annoyed me that they just made it a joke. It annoyed me that they played it up for laughs. And that's not what I wanted. I want, you can have jokes, you can have laughs. Obviously, Marvel is filled with that, but I don't want you to treat the villain like a joke. I don't want you to treat the plot to an extent as a joke. And that's what I think that movie did. That's what I think they did with the character. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you think of my worst Marvel villains. I know I only did 5. If you think I'm missing some, put that in the comment section below. If you have a different list, who is your worst villain in the Marvel MCU? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!